how criminal map you, by the way. How I can map you and I can trap you if I'm a cyber criminal. Now, there is a golden rule in cyber espionage world nowadays. Cyber espionage, you know, right? Espionage, you know, right? Spies, you know, CIA or other thing. They used to have spies and then they go to individuals and tap where they live, what they like, so on and so forth. That was a hard job to do at that time. Now, all the intelligences, so there is a term in spying world nowadays known as 5R cyber espionage, 5R global doxing. Now, what do you mean by 5R global doxing? Doxing is a concept when you try to dox any individual. You try to gather as much as information you can about an individual. I'll give an example. Suppose I do not know you and I want to impress you and I want to trap you into something, maybe a dangerous game or something. I know you're looking for a friend, but the match is not going on in that way, you know. People you met, you don't like that, and so on and so forth. So you're unable to make a good friend who is like you. Now, and you posted this on Facebook, you know, no one is like me on the planet. I'm looking for a good friend, blah, blah, blah. Somehow you gave a hint in one of the posts, for example. Now criminal knows. For example, I'm working for an organization. I said, okay, now let's trap this individual. What I will do is, why they call it 5R golden rule? I will spend 5 hours on your social media accounts, 5 hours with full attention and try to figure it out and document everything which I will find. Now let me explain you. And I want you to pay attention to this because after this, आपको अपना Facebook, Instagram, Twitter के ऊपर उसको देखने का नजरिया change हो जाएगा. I will go to your Facebook first of all. Try to find out your address, where you from, blah, blah, blah. Second, thanks to the timeline, you know, thanks to the timeline on Facebook, if your profile is public, I can go down from the day you started your Facebook first time, maybe 2015. 2015 to 2021, June 19, 2021, I will read every post of yours, every reply you have given to these individuals, what you like, what you don't like, how you reply, what pages you have liked, what books you have liked, what are the places you have visited, whether you like a pet, whether you don't like a pet. Out of your 1000 photos, how many photos unintentionally or intentionally you have wear a same color? For example, you have wear a white shirt or maybe white color. Maybe you don't know, but unintentionally you have wear white shirt. Now, after gathering this much information about me, what pisses you, what doesn't pisses you off, when at mostly do you post something in after one or one after before one? How you respond to people, when you get angry, with what post you get angry, what you like, how many posts you have liked, how many friends you have, what type of pictures you click with them. In just 5 hours, I will be having such a robust doxing on you. The only thing I need to do is to cram that. And when I meet you first time, I'll be wearing a white shirt. I'll be carrying a book which you like the most. And unintentionally, your unintentional brain will be getting comfort in 2 seconds, you know, like, wow. Because you do not know that you like white, but out of your 1000 photos, 800 photos, you're maybe wearing some kind of white, you know. That is your your what do you say, the left hand or right hand brain, which comes to the picture, unconscious brain, I must say. And that's very much possible, guys. So this has happened to one of my, I hope you remember the blue whale game. One of my relative in Jalandhar, so I belong to Punjab. So one of my relative in Jalandhar, their kid got into this trap, and I was very curious to know, though he was saved. I was very curious to know that how these Russians were able to catch him in Jalandhar. So the criminals who are pulling up this game, or maybe a part of that game, was a couple of Russian people. So I was not able to digest this, that या रशिया में बैठ के वो एक जलंधर पंजाब के एक छोटे से, इनको कैसे पता लगा कि he can be a victim, you know. It was very weird for me to understand, and then I started researching about it. Then I came to a conclusion that in the world, every government have a IT operational mechanism through which They crawl the entire internet. For example, if someone today posts, I want to do a bomb blast here, or I will kill some people here, suddenly these keywords will be captured and will be shown to the intelligence agencies that someone in Twitter or someone on the social media have used this word and and showing that he is going to do attack. In 2 hours you will be arrested. That is the level of intelligence right now, at least in India having. So we should be proud of that. In 2 hours you will be interested. You will be, if you're not a hardcore organized criminal or terrorist or something. In the same manner, criminal has defined, or they have using open source applications to design certain databases, and whenever those databases, any keyword from those databases is used, it will be highlighted to the dashboard. So they have a dashboard. So imagine you are a person who is going through a rough patch of your life, and you posted, I want to kill myself. Second, nobody loves me. My parents hate me. Life is so bad. I am depressed. So and so. It can be anything, you know. So they have a list of these type of words. And once that list is fed to the engine, anywhere in the world, anyone who posts something in a public domain, their dashboard will highlight that. And now the only thing the criminal need to do is, their 80% work is done. And if you remember Blue Whale game, you know, mostly these people who were a part of this scam, they were mentally ill people. And you can see, and nobody was talking about that, how they were gathering these people, how they were reaching these people. So that was my research topic, and this is how they're actually getting into the, and that's the reason, because Twitter was the best platform to do that. And it's easy to crawl, and majority of the victims were using Twitter actually. So I want you to understand that whenever you post something, there is a possibility someone is looking into it. And please make sure whatever is happening with you right now, you cannot post on social media, because from 2015 till now, if I read your every post, this is known as metadata. In a single-handed way, metadata does not have any meaning, you know, but if you collect that metadata, it becomes content. And when you summarize the entire content, it tells a story about a person, who you are, what you do, what you don't. And I hope now you know the things I said about that white color and all, whatever. It is very, very easy to trap someone. And trust me, if you do not know someone, if you want to trap it, it's very easy nowadays. This entire cyber espionage world is working only on cyber security, because that's the reason it is recommended to people like intelligence agency to not be very active on social media. Now, I'll show you a small demonstration. This is a Netflix page, guys. One of my friend in pandemic, couple of months back, he posted this on social media, Facebook and Twitter, that I need a Netflix account. Can anyone please lend me? One of the criminal, again, the person who is looking for the crawling, maybe he used a hashtag hashtag free Netflix account, something like that. Suddenly he got this email, by the way, exact email, by the way. I have changed few things in the email, but 98% this email is original one. Exact this email. And he forwarded this to me. And when I saw that, then I got it, because little bit of experience, but I was so impressed that the criminals had designed this email in such a beautiful manner. A normal person not even remotely can guess that this is a fake mail. It's not a stupid hyperlink mail sent by the Nigerian scams who are or Philippines who are looking for money out of you, so and so. But it's so legit, you know. He clicked on this link, and it says that you need to get a Netflix account only. You can claim your 6-month Netflix account only and only when you log in into your company username and ID. That means to get your access, you need to log in with your company's username and ID. So he clicked here, and he landed to a page. And when he landed to a page, the page says that the offer has been expired. Please try after 1 week or 2 weeks, so on and so forth. So he thought maybe he's late. He closed the window and start doing his operation. But what happened after that? After 15 to 20 minutes, he got an OTP, two-factor authentication. thanks to God, fortunately, the company was using two-factor authentication policy. So that means every employee who will log in into the account, they must be going through an OTP, and then you will be able to log in into it. So they got secured. But then he realized that कहाँ पे उसने अपनी गलती की है. Now, this is the screen which a victim will always see. You will be getting a lot of phishing emails, but nobody have seen that what is happening at a criminal screen when you interact with these type of pages. Let me show you one example of that. Window 11, no, window, yes. So this is Kali Linux. I'm sure many of you heard about it, or many of you are using it also, low the security levels. So this is an operating system. It's a Linux-based distribution. Linux distribution, I must say, and it has all the cybersecurity tools used by the offensive and defensive people both. So now let me show you how criminals are pulling up this attack. I'm sorry for though I have 16 GB RAM, but I don't know why it's not working. Mostly it happens in a live session. Sab kuch chalta hai, but when you go live, it goes slow like hell, like Pentium 4. Anyways, okay, so I want you to think that this is a criminal's computer, and that's the reason we have skull here. Dangerous, Let me zoom it more. Now, if you remember, I was talking about a few applications, which as I told you that it's very easy to clone pages nowadays because of these type of applications. This is known as Black Eye 101. There are n number of repos or like this application on GitHub. You can go and check out that, and the funny thing is that they have written attacking targets without mutual consent is illegal. So my counter to this statement is that should I ask you that I want to, and do you think you will give me a consent that if I call you that I want to do an attack with you, will you give me a mutual consent? You will never give me, right? So I think they need to change that. But I think this you need to pay attention. That is, this application is only education purpose only, and most of the applications which are education purpose only, they are being exploited the most in cybersecurity world, I must say, as per my experience. Now, 3 years back or 4 years back, if you want to make a phishing campaign, you need to know at least little bit of HTML or little bit of PHP just to transport the passwords and so on and so forth, which you extracted. Nowadays, it's not the case, and that is the reason, thanks to applications like this, the 600%, there is a huge contribution of these applications to that 600% rise in phishing, everyone. And you can imagine it's very easy to use, and these are all popular pages, by the way. These are all popular pages used by cyber criminals. And in case you don't have anyone which you want, don't worry, you can make a custom page also. So they have given a very, very user convenient options. Now I want to make a Netflix page, so Netflix page, so I'll use the option 8 and press enter. And it says where you want to host this page. So when someone will click on that Netflix phishing page, definitely that page has to stay somewhere on the web. Right now I'm not putting on the internet, but I'm putting on my own computer. So I'm putting here 128. Press enter. And in case, by the way, you want to demonstrate this to your younger brothers, sisters, or your family members, or someone in the class who want to do a presentation, please make sure always use Black Eye 1 version 1.1. The upper version is not stable because they are using NGROC, and most of the time NGROC detected as a malware or a wrong link, so it will not work. So always use Black Eye version 1.1 for if in case you want to demonstrate this to someone. Now it says 192.168.31 is the link. Now send this link to victim. Now, if I send you this IP address, again, you will be laughing like, this is like 6th grade stuff, right? It's not the mujhe pata hai. So what criminal did is they made a server, uploaded it, and they hyperlinked that server with this button. So now, if I click here, you can see the link is open and I have a Netflix page. But if you see, it's very easy to detect that, sir, yahan pe to HTTPS nahi hai. And come on, this is not Netflix, this is an IP address. So it's very easily traceable or very easily detectable. Well, not in many cases, guys, because majority of our communication right now is happening not from laptops, it's happening from our mobile phones. And when you open a link, especially from the email, then you don't pay attention to the URL, to be very frank. Most of you will not pay. And mobile में वैसे भी वो छुप जाता है ऊपर, it gets hidden above in the screen. So the more focus of yours will be on the content than the URL. So this you need to keep in mind whenever you're opening anything in the mobile phone. Please pay attention to the URL. Now imagine, and my friend, what he did the same. He entered his username and password. So I type hack 00007. This is my password. And I'm not transferring the control of this page to a page where it will show you offer has been expired, because I'm kind of lazy. I didn't coded that, but I am doing is, after getting the password from the victim, I will be transferring him to the original Netflix page. So I'm clicking sign in here, and you can see it transferred to a Netflix page. And यहाँ पे you can see you can put a page like the image was that, like it's not available, right? Something like that. So now closed, no antivirus pop-up, nothing. Now let me show you a criminal screen what he got. When you clicked on the link, you revealed your IP address. This will tell the person from where you belong, and that's very important. Imagine this link from NIT of yours, where you are, and imagine another IP is from Bombay, from a very hi-fi city or a metro city which is there. Now the criminal know that the individual, and by the way, they are showing your operating system also. Once you click on something, they tell you that you are using Windows 10 64-bit. So when you click on something, this is the information you always reveal. Okay, it's not your password, but this is the information you always reveal. And when you enter the password, criminal got this username and password. So this is how your phishing works. And the only learning for you out of this is they can design any kind of trap, and this is like a babysitting kind of a stuff. It's not a big deal. But when an organized criminal gang will run a phishing campaign, that would be so sophisticated, so organized, that it's very difficult to detect even by a techie. How to detect that this email was fake or not? Well, maybe some people have figured it out. These criminals are very good in executing the attacks, but these criminals are not very good in English. They are not very good in grammar. They are not using Grammarly, right? Or neither they have any content reviewer team. So if you pay attention a little bit to the entire context here, they definitely do a little bit of mistake. You can see the Netflix spelling is wrong. I have highlighted all the spelling: watching, programs, commitment. Now when Netflix do that, this is the least mistake they want to do. This is the worst thing can happen to them when they have an English grammar mistake in their emails. And next thing you need to keep in mind, and I want you to write this on your copy pen right now and tell your parents after this session what you learned out of it. Whenever you get any email where they have shown this much of amount has been credited to your account, this much of amount has been debited to your account, your Paytm balance has been less, there is an KYC is happening, this much of amount has been added to your Paytm account, click here to verify, so and so forth. Whenever anything which is related to financial, and second part is whenever you get a mail that your Gmail password has been reset, your Facebook password has been reset, we have detected someone logged into your email ID, so and so forth. Go and check your email directly. Don't go to click on that link. Whenever you see any hyperlink which is taking you out of your email with the message, always hover your mouse on that hyperlink or a button. Previously they used to send you a hyperlink, but nowadays they used to send you this type of button. Less suspicious, When you hover your mouse here, I want you to pay attention on this. If you see my image here on the Hangout on the left hand side bottom, when I hover my mouse, it will tell me that after clicking on this button where it will transfer you, where it will be taking you. So if I hover my mouse here, you can see it is transferring here. Second, in case you're not able to do that, right click here and there is option known as copy link address. So I want you to go to your browser and you can see quickly that where this link is taking. If the link address is not matching with the website address, definitely it's a trap. Okay. So this is kind of a common kind of a detection. There are some certain email header checking and all. I will not go in that way, but this is one example of your phishing attack, guys.